Alright, so, hey guys, it is me, Kisame.
And me, Spidey. What's up?
In this video, we're going to talk about what's wrong with this blank deck. And the deck that I'm choosing for this video is Dark Magician.
Dark Magician?
Yeah.
Something wrong with it?
And so, if you guys would like to see us continue on with this segment, like the video, and let's kick it on into this intro. Now let's get into Dark Magician. I'm going to talk about why I dislike the whole concept of what they're doing with Dark Magician, and then you can go after.
Yeah, let me hear what's your argument against Dark Magician.
Now the thing,
I'm blind to all of this, so he has a prepared argument, and maybe you can persuade me on what I can see.
I always feel, and I hate to say it, 95% of the time I face a Dark Magician person, I'm like, thank God, I'm gonna win. I always go into those games winning. A lot of the time, they start with like Magician's Rod, and if that gets stopped, they fucking lost.
Yeah.
Everything goes smoothly. Yeah, they have the ability to banish, they bring out the fusion, they're unaffected by this. But with them building Eternal Soul the way that they did, where it's like, I know that they have like the fusion to protect it, but like sometimes you don't have that, and that whole shit could be cleared. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, not everyone worries about backward destruction as much as everything else, but still, it's just always like, and I feel like everyone is eager to play it. Everyone's eager to play Dark Magician. Dark Magician
is a fan favorite.
Yeah, and it sucks. Now you know what it is? It's not good. And it's like the only time when I've ever been impressed by Dark Magician where I was like, fuck, I'm gonna lose. And that's only if they use Itemize and they summon fucking Dragoons. If they don't summon Dragoons, I'm like on fucking easy street. And I have no problem.
But regardless if you're going first or second?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I guess if they go first and they set up decently, it could be a little bit of a problem. But at the end, it's too wishy-washy. I feel like it's just, for me, what I don't like about it is I don't like how fragile the deck is. The deck needs more of a backbone that they don't have. And I feel like, I'm like, you know, whole concepts are one of these powerful magicians. I mean, you can't just fucking make like...
You know what I'll say?
Like, they make cards bit by bit that are helpful, and now they're making it into a smooth deck where it's not so rigid, where it's like a piece of this, a piece of that, a piece of... Like how fucking Red Eyes does it.
Pizza.
Pizza, Dark Magician.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's one of the decks where I love to face it. Because I never have motherfucker. Versus like a lot of these meta decks where they put me in a corner. They don't put me in a corner. They're just, it's like they either get off and they get their little like, you know, fusion on the field and they set up their like, because it's a very like control based deck, but it's very slow at it. So that's my whole point. It's slow, it's fragile, it's just, it's popular, but everyone thinks they're like, I could do this, and then they don't.
You know what I'll say about Dark Magician, and what I'll say what's wrong with it? I feel like because Dark Magician is such a nostalgia-based deck, it's because it's based on the Dark Magician Yugi's main monster. Mm-hmm. There's always going to have that fan base. It's always going to have that core of people that want to make it work. It's similar to me with Celtic Guardian. Celtic Guardian doesn't have a bona fide archetype. Dark Magician does. Follow me. Walk with me. I didn't interrupt you. Just walk with me here. So, what I'm saying is, what I felt like throughout time, Dark Magician and Blue Eyes always get support. They always get a new structure deck. They always get
Dark Magician more so.
Dark Magician more so, but here's the thing. Blue Eyes always becomes meta more often.
I will at least give Blue Eyes credit. Blue Eyes fucking topped the world.
That's what I'm saying.
So Dark Magician never fucking did that.
And now with...
And anytime I've ever lost to Dark Magician, they use grimy fucking shit like fucking Secret Village and Spellcasters. I couldn't put a
we got to troll somehow.
I mean, that's fine, but it's like, I want to lose Dark Magician, not by a fucking spell. Like,
Can I finish my argument?
No, fine, but even though I don't mean it, but no.
So much out. What I was getting ready to say was that, yes, I feel like they take a turn, but Blue Eyes has always had more support. And even with the more recent, I don't know, have you seen the recent support that they announced for Blue Eyes?
It's okay.
No, it's way more than okay.
The only thing that
way more. Have you faced it?
The only good one that I saw was Maiden. Maiden was the only one where it did consistent advantage, and I'm like, when I saw the Synchro, I was very much like, I gotta waste 2 fucking tunas on this shit, and it's a 1 Omni negate, it takes fucking 3 cards and plus the fucking, like, I don't know.
How easy it is to get those 3 cards on the field?
I'm sure it's not that difficult, but...
that deck is so consistent.
See, something like Magia, the one that's like, I have 3 negates and it costs you a ritual and a fucking Blue Eyes. You see, something like that, I'm like, okay, I get that because you're offering me 3 Omni negates. That is different. But if you're offering me 1 Omni negate and a recycle effect,
yes,
I'm like, that's...
But now, in that, with the new support, not just on their own, I'm not talking about them standing on their own. I'm talking about when you add them in with what already exists within Blue Eyes, that there's a lot of conversation right now that Blue Eyes might become meta again. I feel like with Dark you'll see. Put Fiendsmith in that son bitch. You'll see. What's wrong with Dark Magician is the fact that it's never been good enough. It has never ever, and it goes back to your point. Maybe he's gonna make that argument. I'm gonna ride on the coattails of that argument. Dark Magician has never been good enough. When you think about every single card they made for Dark Magician, they're either completely irrelevant or completely needed. There are too many fusion monsters. That's another thing that's wrong with it.
I would recommend that deck to anybody that's a beginner. Like, it's something like, if you don't want to run meta and you don't want to but you want to just feel that nostalgia bone, just play that. You'll do mid. You probably, and especially if you're new, you'll do below mid, but at least you'll be getting to know the game. And it's to me a beginner deck, but not a deck that I'm just
yeah, I know, yeah.
So I don't know, that's my whole point. I just feel like the deck, I'll say this, the deck is not I want to say far gone, where it's anytime I make these videos where I'm beating the shit out of the deck, it's not like this deck cannot be salvaged. Because
there's stuff there.
Yeah.
It just don't work.
I don't even want to say it doesn't work. It's just, they just need to just push the envelope further. To be fair, when I saw the Blue Eye support, I'm just it's just not enough.
Dark Magician just gets spin-off cards because of these one-offs that Yugi does, and all these spin-off cards. And not to say I want them to combine. I'm yo, just stop making these spin-offs. Just make Dark Magician. Just do that. Don't do all this weird shit.
You know what I want them to do? Before I cut this video, this has nothing really to do with Dark Magician as much. I want them to make a Millennium Dark Magician. They made a Millennium Blue Eyes for the Exodia support, and it's pretty much just dump this Blue Eyes, it could come back and send another level 8 or 3,000 eyes, send it to the grave, bring this motherfucker back, and you can dump it for Ankh. And I'm
that's what.
And now all I thought about was, well, if you made a Blue Eyes, just give it a Dark Magician. This is supposed to be Grandpa's deck, but technically Grandpa's deck had Dark Magician, so just give it to me.
Yes, but also just to put a button on this to bring it back to the original point, I tried when I got back to this channel back in April and May when we started filming again. I was making decks. I did make a Dark Magician deck, and the biggest problem that I ran into was the same thing that you pointed out. You get one negate, one interruption, it stops you in your tracks, and the fact that they're very consistent if you can get it off. But they cannot play through any interruption. They need something to get past that.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of decks, but that deck I've especially noticed it on.
For a deck with that much support, you should have something to play through things. You should have more than one resource. That's all.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I hate Eternal Soul. Not Eternal Soul, Magician Circle. I hate that card.
Yeah, that card could be annoying. But don't forget to like the video, comment below how you feel about Dark Magician, and other than that, check out our 2 previous videos, and you'll see me and Spidey together every Tuesday and Saturday. And other than that, like the video. We want 400 likes, and you guys haven't been giving it to us, and I'm going to kill myself.